covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Fog is creating potentially dangerous conditions on the road tonight. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon has what you need to know before heading out the door. And a temporary spending plan offers relief to wildland firefighters rallying for better pay. We'll look at how long that will last, new at 6. But first, we hear from the mother of 2 missing teens just hours after the Sheriff's Office announced it's scaling back its search efforts. The Butte County Sheriff's Office says each line here that you see, every line there shows what represents search paths taken over the past 8 days for those missing teens. Despite finding a few items, the Sheriff's Office says it has exhausted sonar and diving efforts. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe is live where crews are still searching. So Margot, how else are crews searching now for the men?
Alan, like you said, BCSO will no longer be using their sonar and diving agency divers anymore, but BCSO will still be conducting searches, but they'll be using K9 units, onshore search efforts, as well as aircraft, drones, and boats. However, the family is... Today, I did see one BCSO boat out on the water, and as well as a handful of volunteers with the family with boats out there. The men's mother, April Clark, told me volunteer divers are still searching the waters and shore for her sons. And with the Sheriff's Office scaling back resources, the family is asking for more help from the community.
And I just ask, I know it's Christmas, and I know everybody wants to be with their family, but if you can find it in your heart to come out and just help. Search.
Help out if you can, please.
Bring my babies home. That's all I ask for. If you just want to pray hard, pray for a miracle.
Clark told me their father, Henry Combs, was out here today searching for their sons. And the family says they do have a private volunteer diver and a group of handful of divers coming all the way from Oregon. But as you can see behind me, it is totally dark out, and the only lights right now are from the cars on the Oro Dam Boulevard. So they will have to continue their search tomorrow, as tomorrow marks day 11. Reporting live in Orville, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Margot. As we've reported so far, the Sheriff's Office has found Wesley's jacket and phone, some shotgun shells, as well as a pair of pants and a wallet. Dense fog coated the valley today. This is time-lapse video over Butte County from Alert, California. Camera and Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is here tracking conditions as we head into this evening. Howie?
Yeah, and we also saw some fog really in the foothills along the canyons, Paradise area, because those areas were seeing the rain, a little bit of the higher elevations, and that moisture that did come down would quickly evaporate, and thus we held on to fog in some of those canyon areas where it burned off in other locations. And here's one of the shots. Now it's nightfall, really for the most part looking at cloud cover. But here's what we have. Here's the radar. So you're really only seeing the rain in those higher elevations. Thus, Paradise high enough to maybe see some of the rain, the lighter rain. But hey, getting evaporated. Then you're seeing the development of that fog. Whereas the valley areas was able to lift later on in the day. Here's our temperatures. They're not going to change too much. We'll drop down and stay maybe even in the 50s overnight. Here's what we have, though, in terms of our winds. On the calm side, that will complement the fog. Not going to help scour it, but here's our visibility. So you're seeing these drop down rapidly. We are expecting rain and snow, and it doesn't necessarily mean fog goes away because it rains. The fog could stay there, or could even worsen, precipitation fog, and it could even become worse. But we'll talk all about it coming up in just a bit, Alan.
Thanks, Howie. Fawn fire survivors are one step closer to justice after roughly 3 years. The woman accused of starting the fire, Alexandra Servaneva, will be tried in May. Investigators say she was trying to boil bear urine when she started the fire in 2021. In March, a judge denied her request for a mental health diversion. The Fawn fire scorched over 8,500 acres, destroying 185 buildings and injuring 3 people. Well, keep your eye on your bank account. The IRS says it is sending special payments to about 1 million people who failed to claim a recovery rebate credit on their 2021 tax returns. The credit is for people who missed one of the COVID stimulus payments or received less than the full amount. If you are eligible, you don't have to do anything. The money should arrive by direct deposit or check by late January. You could receive as much as $1,400. More post-COVID good news. Experts say Americans will likely see the cheapest Christmas Day gas prices since 2020. GasBuddy, an app that crowdsourced pump prices, expects a national average of $3.01 a gallon on Wednesday. That's about 10 cents cheaper than last year. Still, it's more than the cost of fuel before COVID. The national average on Christmas Day in 2019 was $2.54 a gallon. Just 2 days before Christmas, and workers at Starbucks and Amazon are on strike. Jen Sullivan shows us how the strikes could impact your holiday.
Workers at two major companies striking ahead of Christmas, Starbucks and Amazon.
No contract, no coffee.
Starbucks workers in Seattle, where the company is headquartered, Los Angeles and Chicago, walking out Friday. By Sunday, union workers in 6 other states joining the strike, according to Starbucks Workers United. Some stores closing down entirely. Hundreds of locations could be impacted by Tuesday.
None of us wanted to strike, but we can't afford to not have a fair contract either.
The union is asking for higher wages for baristas ahead of their end-of-year deadline.
We are the face of Starbucks, but we aren't treated like it.
In a statement issued last Thursday, Starbucks said the union prematurely ended bargaining sessions this week after it held more than 9 sessions and bargained over 20 days since April. The other major strike, Amazon. Workers in some cities walking off the job ahead of the busiest time of year for packages.
If we're not in there, they're making nothing.
Workers at New York's Staten Island warehouse walking out over the weekend. New York's Attorney General joining the rally in support.
What you are doing is standing up for your families, standing up for America, standing up for economic benefits, and standing up again for working people, not only in New York, but all across this nation.
Amazon workers here in California are striking and demanding better wages and working conditions, but the company says that you can still expect your deliveries on time. New at 6, Congress's temporary spending plan means federal wildland firefighters will continue to receive their temporary pay supplement through March 14th. We told you last week how they're fighting for a permanent pay increase that counts towards retirement. The permanent plan still has a few paths forward in 2025. The nonprofit Grassroots Wildland Firefighters says it anticipates many moving parts as the Trump administration takes over. 100 years, that is how long the Vina Elementary School has educated children in this area. The Tehama County School was founded in 1924, 18 miles north of Chico, of course. The first recorded class at the school dates back to 1926. The school is home to 4 classrooms. It serves about 80 students in grade 1 through 8. It remains one of just 5 schools in the Las Molinas School District. The Gift of Hope event is happening soon on January 4th at the Boys and Girls Club in Chico. It's from 2 to 6 p.m. and anyone in need is welcome to come. Action News Now anchor Haley Watt spoke with Marshawn Jones with the NorCal Bears, a basketball-centered nonprofit that's behind the giveaway.
Have you had a lot of people come out to donate their time to help make this happen?
Yes, I have a lot of volunteers that are kids from the program. I've had communities come out. Peter Pitt is going to be donating the food. Simply Divine Academy is going to be doing the haircuts, and GMG Braids is going to be doing the braids. And JE Photography is going to come out as well and shoot some stuff. So got a lot of support from the community.
What does it mean to you to see all these people stepping up to help make this happen?
It's a blessing. I'm very grateful and honored and humbled that so many people believe in the vision that God has given me, and they are supporting me, and we're making this happen. And the Boys and Girls Club as well, they are donating their space for us to have this event for the 2nd year in a row.
And just to be clear, anybody's welcome, anybody who's in need?
Yes, anybody.
If you want to donate, you can find this story on our homepage under local news. You have until December 29th to help. Nearly 2 weeks into the Hotel Marysville demolition, we get a peek at how soon Highway 70 could reopen. Plus,
last seen in the area, South Mount Shasta Boulevard. Many AKAs, the Elf on the Shelf, Thomas the Elf, Sparkles, and Snowflake.
About 10 inches tall, weighing 1 pound, will show you how police track down this burglary suspect next and new at 6.